Researchers in Korea is a voluntary support group for all students and researchers of Indian origin in Korea, providing educational, research, job, social, recreational, and community support. I am now inviting here Tapasya. Tapasya is a global outreach coordinator for APAC region. In last 8 months, she has revived Australia chapter and helped launching new chapters like Japan, Singapore, and now us, South Korea. She is also working with New Zealand team for the launch. Tapasya.
Thank you so much, Archana, and welcome everyone on board to Korea chapter's launch today. With a lot of hard work from each and every volunteer, we have made this possible. So I wanted to next invite our national executive team members. We have Kunda ma'am, who's our chairperson. So Kunda ma'am, please, if you would unmute yourself and say a few words. Thank you. Can someone also help unmute Kunda ma'am, please? Send her a request. Kunda ma'am is on unmute. Yes.
Am I on mute now? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
So, pranam everybody. I'm so grateful and thankful to Korea chapter and Tapasya for making this possible to open the Korea chapter. I'm really overwhelmed to see how she connects different countries with a culture and heritage. I'm very grateful to the ambassador of Korea. Is she there? Tapasya, is she there? Ranganathan, Mrs. Ranganathan, is she there?
She'll be joining us soon, ma'am. So,
okay.
Yes.
Sarvapriya, what is her name? Sarvapriya Ranganathan.
Shri Hari.
Yeah.
Shri Priya Ranganathan.
Huh?
Miss Priya Ranganathan.
What is her first name?
Shri Priya.
Shri Priya. Shri Priya Ranganathan for encouraging the students and youngsters of Korea and India in connecting both the countries through culture. And all these young volunteers who are taking so much interest and they took so much trouble to make this chapter, make it possible to open the chapter in Korea. It is so nice of them. I congratulate each and every one of them. And I also congratulate Tapasya on, and also I introduce all the any members. I won't take everybody's name, but we have a national executive committee to take all the decisions, whatever the important decisions are taken. We have 4 meetings in a year of the national executive, and there are about 30 members in national executive. And we have the meeting after every 3 months we meet, and all the important decisions are taken in this national executive. So I think all our members are present here, national executive members, and they will know what is happening, and we'll discuss how Korea chapter was so enthusiastic in starting the SPIC MACAY activities in Korea. I don't know if you can see, I'm wearing a stole, Korean stole. My grandson-in-law is Korean. So, so he gave me this stole. So I'm wearing it today to show you that we are all very connected, closely connected. We are very, closely related to each other. We are no different from Korea, India. All globally, we are only one. So that is the message I want to give you. And thank you all. And carry on the whole meeting. You will be carrying on beautifully. And I'll see that we have more and more programs in Korea, Indian culture, and we can take the Korean culture to India. So that is the exchange of culture will take place very, very strongly. And I wish you all the best. Thank you so much. There, I can see some Shivani. Then I can see Naman. I can see Siddhant. What is your name, please? You
There's some names in Korean, ma'am.
This is
Korean name. Okay.
Archana.
And that's
So I
Archana is
feel you
hosting the
all
show
look
today.
like Indian only. So thank you, Tapasya. Thank you very much for inviting me to see all this Korean chapter, how it is starting and how it is happening. So thank you very, very much. Thanks all. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you
Over
so
to
much, Pooja ma'am.
Tapasya.
Thank you. Next, we have Lakshmi ma'am. Lakshmi Kona ma'am is our vice chairperson. So, Lakshmi ma'am, if you are here, please, if you could unmute yourself and introduce yourself to our Korea chapter. Thank you.
Hi Tapasya. I didn't know that you're going to see me. You caught me, quite unprepared. But first of all, congratulations to you, and then to the entire team in Korea that has worked tirelessly to put this together. This is definitely a great launch, and I wish all the best to all of them who are participating today from Korea. SPIC MACAY is a beautiful movement which was started 43 years ago by Dr. Kiran Seth, and generations and generations of students and individuals have experienced the beauty and the grace that is embedded in Indian arts and Indian culture. The mysticism and the beauty, the sadhana that the great masters have actually pursued for years, that has been brought directly to the student community, and there is no other movement in this particular space. And right now, this is the time that we take this to the global level and let every student enjoy the beauty and mysticism of Indian culture. That is the motto of SPIC MACAY, and we are very happy that the same is now going to be displayed, showcased in Korea with the help of all these beautiful volunteers who are participating today. This is a volunteer movement, Nishkam Seva, that is doing things helplessly is the motive of doing things selflessly is the motive of SPIC MACAY, and let's keep the movement going. We have many more generations to participate in this movement, and I wish a very, very best of luck to all those who are joining today. And congratulations to you, to Tapasya. This is a wonderful start.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi ma'am. Next, we have Saraswati Subbu ma'am ji. She is also one of our very wonderful member of SPIC MACAY team. Ma'am, if you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tapasya, for inviting me. Namaskar to everyone in Korea from me, Saraswati. Tapasya has requested me to speak on a very beautiful aspect of SPIC MACAY, and that is on the spirit of volunteerism and Nishkam Seva. Just now, a minute ago, you heard Lakshmi ma'am, our vice chairperson, talking about Nishkam Seva or selfless service. Now, as you all know, as Kunda ma'am has said, this is SPIC MACAY is a purely voluntary movement, and all the members of SPIC MACAY are volunteers, which means they have come forward on their own out of an interest, a deep-seated and sincere interest in the nobility of the cause of SPIC MACAY, which lies at the core of the philosophy of SPIC MACAY. And that is to bring young students in schools and colleges closer and closer to the countless treasures which are enshrined in our rich, diverse, and intangible heritage, as represented in our classical traditions, our folk traditions, our spiritual traditions, and our historical traditions. Having said that, I would like to tell you that this beautiful voluntary movement, which is 43 years old today, has not only just survived, but has grown from strength to strength and flourished only and only because of the spirit of voluntarism. And when you talk of the spirit of voluntarism, what comes to your mind? Immediately, what comes to your mind is the philosophy of Nishkam Seva, or selfless service, where for every action that you do to promote SPIC MACAY, you do not expect anything to be gained by you in return for it. Our founder, Professor Kiran Seth, always says, quotes Newton's third law of motion, which says that for every action there is a reaction, there is an equal reaction. But he goes on to say that in SPIC MACAY, for every action that we do, however small or however big it is, there is a reaction which is far, far, far greater than the action that we do. And that is exactly why SPIC MACAY has gone global today. We are perhaps everywhere in the world today.
रूम है देखियो तुम्हें पता है
As a result of it, you see, what happens is that we work selflessly. We do not try to promote ourselves. We do not try to get fame and name for ourselves, because we are working in order to bring this beautiful heritage of our country and world heritage closer to the youth of India and of the world. So this spirit of voluntarism could be anything. It could be like talking about SPIC MACAY to your friends and relatives, and in that process spreading the word about SPIC MACAY. It could be about coordination work. It could be about trying to generate funds for SPIC MACAY. It could be about artists coordination. It could be about anything. But you, as a volunteer, do not expect anything in return. And believe me, I have been a volunteer in SPIC MACAY since the year 1986, and I'm still going strong. And I cannot describe to you the infinite joy that I get out of volunteering for SPIC MACAY, whatever the work may be. Whenever, wherever I have to do work, I do work. And this is the case with every volunteer in SPIC MACAY. So I appeal to all the volunteers from Korea who have gathered here, please take this spirit of volunteerism and Nishkam Seva, which of course is propounded in the Bhagavad Gita itself. And with the spirit of selfless service, work tirelessly for the furtherance and promotion of SPIC MACAY in South Korea. Wish you all the best of luck, and I'm sure SPIC MACAY will grow from strength to strength in South Korea. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Saraswati ma'am. Thank you so much for your wonderful words. We next have our wonderful member, one of the most dedicated members, Supriti ji here. She'll just say a few words on leadership, and in the current times, she has been very. For Milap is one of the program for which she has, in these difficult times, organized a lot of funds and all, and more from her herself. Thank you, Supriti ji. Please join us.
Thank you. Namaste, everybody. Very happy to be here today. The first thing about leadership is that we lead by example. And I think SPIC MACAY has done that by showing how it is possible to introduce beautiful aspects of one's composite heritage to the young person, and to integrate this learning in the education process. Because in most countries today, education does not include this aspect as much as maybe it should. And I think that's the best thing that I want to say about leadership that SPIC MACAY has shown, to lead by example. In 2012, we did a visioning exercise, and all of us agreed on the core purpose for which SPIC MACAY exists, the purpose for which each and every volunteer works. And that is, have every child experience the inspiration and mysticism embodied in Indian and world heritage. To have every child in any part of the world experience the beauty which inspires you, something which leaves you with, oh my gosh, I didn't know what that was, but it was so beautiful. What is that? Putting a child in the zone of the unknown, where they don't know what it was. So the zone of the known is Google information, but the zone of the unknown is what brings inspiration or mysticism. And that is what we want to leave every child with. It's possible to do that with different aspects of Indian heritage, whether it is our classical music and dance, whether it is yoga and meditation, whether it is folk music or cinema classics or the crafts that we have in this country. And similarly, it's possible to do this with different aspects of heritage from different countries as well, whether it is Europe or whether it is Southeast Asia or whether it is the US or Africa. It's possible to do that. And we have been trying to integrate this. Heritage is something that we inherit from our ancestors. When a person lives a life, towards the end, they are filled with wisdom because they have had lessons of life. And that wisdom is passed on to us, which we inherit for them. It would be foolish for the young person to ignore that wisdom, which is embedded in our heritage, which is lives and lessons that our ancestors have learned and wanted to pass on to us. And that's what SPIC MACAY is trying to do today, to take this to every child. And I really want to congratulate all of you who are choosing to volunteer with the Korean chapter. We will very soon see beautiful programs from Korea in India. Like Kundaji said, we can bring Indian programs to Korea and bring Korean programs to India. But it's not just about watching a program. It's about learning what goes into the making of the program. What are the lessons that those ancestors were trying to pass on to us? Whether it's hard work and discipline, whether it's humility, whether it's a sense of aesthetics and beauty, it could be anything. And in a globalizing world, I think that is what we need to teach our children, to learn not only from their own country, but from everybody else in the entire world. So thank you, Tapasya, for organizing this, and congratulations to everybody. All the best.
Thank you, Supriti ji. Next, we have the chairperson, the state chairperson for Punjab, Dr. Shakuntala Lavasa ji. Ma'am, may I request you to say a few words?
Hello, Tapasya, Vibhu, Archana, and so many of my friends with whom I have been interacting for so many days, and all the dignitaries which are present here from Korea, and also from globe. I would like to say that you can see that I am masked and I am a doctor, which simply says that I am calling from the hospital. But at the same time, I want to say that everyone, each one of us have a role. Like I cannot say that I am a doctor and I have studied science. So what am I doing here? Doing here in arts, music, or anything to do with world heritage is a birthright of every child, and it is for us adults to step out of our comfort zone. That is volunteerism, and giving an opportunity to everyone, each one who is born, to experience this joy of world heritage. It's not only Indian. Of course, India is very rich. India is pioneer. Our virasat, our heritage is thousands of years of old, and it has been researched by Rishi Munis, and we are proud of it. That is our core competence. But all over in the world, including Korea, you have everything so beautiful. So our job as adults, as responsible adults, is to preserve it, promote it, and make it reach every youth, so that we feel pride. And I feel that it is absolutely essential for holistic development of youth. The world will be very, very different if each one of us is sensitized through classical arts. And very little effort is needed. We as volunteers, we have to step out of our comfort zone, and we have to devote time. And the beauty of SPIC MACAY is that there are no such rules that if you have to fill up a form, you have to do this registration, that registration. You just feel pride and you feel joy, and you say that, yes, this is the time that I will be able to take this much responsibility. Okay, this is the time that I'm busy. So right now I'm calling from the ICU, but I was so excited that Vibhu Jain, who has been my volunteer with me in Chandigarh for a couple of years, and he brought SPIC MACAY to a very different level. We organized, North Zone Convention with his help, and we did Virasat series and so many series for years together. And I was very, very excited that even if I am in ICU, I must come and see what Vibhu is doing with as a leader in his team. And I'm so happy that everyone is so enthusiastic. And Tapasya, she's really a pioneer in bringing out the world, the globe together, and bringing so many of us together. And actually, we are in pandemic, but I would say that pandemic also has given this joy that so many of us who could not have actually traveled, but now, we are globally connected. Like they say that dunya mutti mein. So it's actually that kind of joy. And believe me, my friends, it's not the education level, it's not the degrees which matter for working for SPIC MACAY. The housewives can work, the laborers can work. We have seen our drivers, who carry the artists, they're turning into volunteers. You have to feel for the cause, you have to be sensitive, and you have to be forthcoming that, yes, this is my responsibility, and I want to make an impact, and I want to make this beautiful art, this beautiful culture, this beautiful, instruments, this dance form, the painting form, whatever has been researched and presented to us so beautifully by our ancestors, that we have to take the responsibility of making it reach the youth. It's not necessary that they must become the musicians, but at least, they should say that, Wah, Bismillah Khan, Shehnai, Wah, Hariji, Bansuri, and so many others. So they should have that feeling of pride and joy. And that is what SPIC MACAY is trying to promote for so many years. And we as volunteers, we have responsibility not today for the inaugural chapter, but we have the ongoing responsibility for years to come. So see, for example, I as a doctor would say that when a child cries, that is the most beautiful, joyful sound, which even mother and doctors, they feel very pride and they feel very happy about. So similarly, anybody who has come to the earth, who has taken a birth, it is their, right to experience this joy, which is so much present in our environment, in our nature, and in our classical arts. So at the end, I would say that, I really, really want to thank all the dignitaries who have joined here. And I'm sure that blessings of the dignitaries are not only today, but they will continue to flow with the beautiful Korea chapter, which is being raised under leadership of Vibhu Jain. And from time to time, everyone will support, and so that the chapter can flourish, the activities can increase. And I want to congratulate on this inaugural event. And I would like to extend all the support, whatever I can give, for all times to come. That is my promise to not only Korea chapter, but everyone who wants to volunteer for SPIC MACAY. So with these words, I would like to say that thanks, and lovely, lovely tapasya, that you gave me a chance. And please, please pardon me that I'm, masked and I'm speaking from the hospital room. And thank you very much. Wish you all good luck. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking out your time even from ICU and coming to say a few words to us. I would love to invite Pankaj is here, and he has been very dedicatedly working throughout this entire pandemic time to reach out to every nook and corner of India, every remote school. It would be wonderful to for Pankaj sir, आप प्लीज आइए और कुछ हमारे को बताइए अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस के बारे में. समय का अभाव है थोड़ा सा, तो आप थोड़ा सा हम समय को टाइमलाइन के साथ चलेंगे, but I apologize beforehand for that. And after Pankaj ji, we'll have volunteer introduction, and we'll go back to few of our more NE members to be introducing to us. And we also have our very eminent guest and all joining us. So Pankaj sir, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Tapasya. I will take less than 2 minutes. It's okay. So, welcome all the delegates from Korea. We are looking very nice people. So, thank you so much for joining us. So, I'm working with the schools, as Tapasya told you. So, we started orientation. So, this is actually one of the important part of our activities. And we go to each school to orient about our activities. So, in this situation, we started online orientation. So, more than 1,000 school is orientation is also already done with my team, and it's a very important thing that now it's autonomous. So students are coming and they are joining as a volunteer, and they are inviting as a volunteer to other schools. So this is a very good initiative we adopted in this situation. Then after that, we invited all these schools for our weekly activities, as we are having today also. This is the talk session, folk session. So every Friday we have a cinema classic module, which is one of the core activities. Then Saturday evening we are having a classical evening, and then afternoon we are having a great master series, in which we are inviting a few of the great masters, Kith and Kins, their friends, to understand their great journey about the music. So our youth come to know about these artists. So, and Sunday thing, we are having a talk and talk session. So we just invited all the school by the orientation, all the Kendriya Vidyalayas all over India, and Navodaya Vidyalaya, those are scattered all over India. So we really did a remarkable job with this initiative, and the team is definitely working very hard. Those are little small students, maybe 7 to 8 class, so they are more capable to do such things. So we must invite these volunteers from all around the world. Thank you so much, Tapasya. Thank you.
Thank you, Pankaj sir. I'll quickly invite Rashmi ma'am, who will also, say a few words. And she'll also introduce Karthik Bharatram. Rashmi ma'am, please, if you could unmute yourself. Are you there, ma'am? Rashmi ji, and can I also request everyone else to unmute themselves? Thank you, Rashmi ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Tapasya, for inviting me to be part of the launch of Korea chapter. Congratulations to you and the entire Korea team. You guys are doing wonderful work, and it feels I feel very proud when I speak Mukhi spreading in every part of the world. Of course, in last 43 years, this is the least we can do for a cause as precious as Speak Mukhi. Coming to speaking about SPIC MACAY, my journey with SPIC MACAY has been through many different stages. One has been working like a student at my college level, doing daris, and I always tell Shubha Mudgalji that the first time I came in contact with SPIC MACAY was when I spread daris for her SPIC MACAY concert at my college. And then, of course, I became more actively involved. I'm going to make short, although Mr. Karthik Bharat joined in, but maybe we can ask somebody else also to speak after me. Working like a student level, doing daris, and I always tell that the first time I heard stories in SPIC MACAY itself is a story of success. We cannot relate it to any other story, but however, I'm just going to quickly mention a couple of that I have seen in my tenure in SPIC MACAY. One of the greatest, I would say, cultural.
보인다니까 나도. 그래가 화장 좀 하고 왔지. 예.
May I request everyone to please mute themselves? Shikha, can you just please take care of that? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Rashmi ma'am, are you there, or is Karthik Bharatramji there? You are at the moment frozen, your screen. Rashmi ma'am? Okay, we have...
Kalau Pak Deku, wah itu Soekarno garis keras.
Shikha, can you please unmute, mute everyone, please?
Beda hidup di zaman yang berbeda. Kalau
Okay, Karthik Bharatramji, I think Rashmi ji's screen's frozen, not sure. If you are there, sir, can you please come in and say a few words? Karthik ji? Hello? Okay, I think Archana, I'll pass on it to you. We'll start with volunteer introduction. Maybe we can introduce Karthik ji a bit later. Archana, over to you for volunteer introduction. Thank you.
The burden of any task is lightened by volunteers. Volunteers give many gifts to an event. Their time, their effort.
Shweta, you are on mute. Please unmute yourself, and if you could start again, please. Thank you. Apurva, please unmute yourself and start again. Thank you.
Hello, am I visible and audible to everyone?
Yes, please. Yes.
The burden of any task is lightened by volunteers. Volunteers give many gifts to an event. Their time, their efforts, their skills, and most importantly, their hearts. It's now the moment to get to know about the volunteers of SPIC MACAY Korea chapter, starting with myself. Namaskar, Annyeonghaseyo, and hello everyone. I'm Apurva Kulkarni, and I work as a research associate at Gyeongsang National University. This is my first time collaborating with SPIC MACAY, and I must say I'm already enjoying it. I take great interest in art and crafts, cooking, traveling, writing poems, and planning events. I offer my prowess in content writing, outreach and advocacy, and general research for SPIC MACAY. Thank you. Now can we move on to our next volunteer, please?
Hello again, namaste. So I am Archana. This is my first experience with SPIC MACAY, and already live in half of the world, you know. I am a stay-at-home mommy of two. I'm an ex-army officer, and I like to travel. We have lived in so many countries. I like watching movies. I like organizing events. And I thought I can help SPIC MACAY organizing events and communicating with dignitaries. And since I have a knowledge of various cultures, I thought I can be of some use to SPIC MACAY. Thank you.
Thank you, Archana. Can we please move on to the next volunteer now? Chandrika, could you please introduce yourself? Chandrika?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. This is Chandrika, and I'll be soon joining as a PhD student at John Book University. And I have past experiences in handling and organizing events at the college level. And I love to be an anchor, host, MC. So I would love to use that skill in SPIC MACAY and connect with everyone and present the artist and skills over the stage. And I'll be really happy to connect India and Korea together because I'm hoping a lot to be doing with Korea. Thank you.
Can we please have the next volunteer now? Dr. Iqbal Khazi.
Yeah. Namaskar, everyone. I am Iqbal Khazi. I am working as a postdoc currently in Hanyang University, Seoul. I associated with SPIC MACAY very recently, and I am really enjoying being part of it. I love to travel and explore the culture, so I think I will be good to connect with Korean and Indian culture together with being part of this SPIC MACAY movement. So as a hobby, I also involved with organizing events and being part of many social work. So I will be actively participating with SPIC MACAY movement in Korea to promote and advance Indian culture and SPIC MACAY movement in Korea as well as in other part of the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Khazi. Can we now please move on to our next volunteer, Dr. Lailesh Kumar?
Yeah, namaste everyone. Myself, Lailesh, and we are very pleased to have SPIC MACAY Korea chapter in Korea. And on behalf of ISRK, myself, Iqbal, and Bibhu is the founding member of Indian Student and Researcher in Korea, and we are very pleased to have get the chance to organize SPIC MACAY in Korea. And about myself, I am associated with the SPIC MACAY since 2012, and I have 9 years of experience as a volunteer in NIT, IIT, as well as ISC Bangalore during my master's, PhD, and higher educations. And about my current profile, earlier I was the postdoc researcher in Seoul National University, and after that I joined POSCO still as a senior research scientist in R&D sector. And my hobby interest is like event management, cooking, and also like teamwork, and somehow busy in social work. I major like in the event management and financial support, cooperating with the other groups to make this event successful. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kumar. Can we please now move on to Manas Ranjan Biswal?
Thank you, Apurva. Namaste to all. My name is Manas Ranjan Biswal from state of Odisha, India. I am pursuing PhD at Pukyong National University, Busan, Korea. I had acquaintance with SPIC MACAY during my master's in NIT Raulkela. I'm honored that I am a part of the founding member of the Korea chapter. My hobbies include photography, playing tabla, music, and cooking. Regarding my contribution, I can prepare posters, write-ups, and also overall coordinate to the management. Thank you.
Thank you, Manas. Can we now move on to our next volunteer, Mohammad Saifuddin? Mohammed? Mohammed, are you there?
Hello, hello everyone. This is Mohammad Saifuddin. I'm from Bhubaneswar, Odisha, India. I pursued my PhD in environmental engineering from UST Korea. Now I'm joining as a postdoc researcher at Inha University. My hobbies include like social work, cooking, listening to music, and traveling. Here, like I am joining SPIC MACAY for the first time, and my event management skills and coordination skills may be of some work. So I look forward to make to join with more such events. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Saifuddin. Can we now move on to our next volunteer, Naman Gupta?
Namaste and Annyeonghaseyo. My name is Naman Gupta, and I'm presently pursuing for bachelor's in hospitality and hotel management in Wusong, South Korea, Wusong University, South Korea. My hobbies and interests are dancing, singing. I used to play sitar as well. I like traveling and exploring new culture. I help my team with completing of data, coordinating and management with my team. And thank you and have a nice day ahead.
Thank you, Naman. Archana, can you please have you back?
Yes, I'm right here. Okay. The aim of SPIC MACAY is to let every child experience the music and the classical arts. It gives them experience of a whole new world. Here we present to you two such children, Cherry and Amisha, performing a folk dance from West Bengal. The instrument used is dotara, most commonly used in Bengali folk music. I also would like to thank Shraboni, who is a trained Kathak dancer herself, for helping these kids prepare. Shraboni, thank you so much. Shraboni is also trained in Rabindra Nritya from Bangia Parishad. So, Cherry, are you there? Cherry, can you hear us?
Yes, we are here. 안녕하세요. My name is Cherin, 12 years old. On the 6th grade, I performed a Bengali folk dance on a Bengali folk song. It was a good learning experience with an Indian friend. Thanks for giving me this wonderful chance.
Thank you, Jerry. That was very beautiful. Amisha, are you there?
Hello everyone. Annyeonghaseyo. Good afternoon. My name is Amisha Verma and I'm studying in 8th grade. I'm feeling very honored today as I've performed on a very special and beautiful Bengali folk song. I would like to convey my gratitude to my dance teacher, Mrs. Sravani, for helping me to dance on this song and giving me inspiration throughout this activity. Also, it was a memorable experience to dance with my Korean friend Chelin. Thanks to her for being there with me. 나를 도와준 선생님과 첼린에게 감사합니다.
Thank you, Amisha. Can we please have the performance?
Come
mind-binding performance. I'm sure everyone in the audience thoroughly enjoyed it, as I can see from the many comments that we are receiving on the Zoom channel right now. Thank you, Cherry, Amisha, and Shravani for putting up a great and fantastic show. Now, moving on to our next segment. In every walk of life, there are some influential people who are big, both in terms of the official positions they hold and also the values they carry in their heart. It's now the time to welcome these personalities to our program, whose mere presence brings glory to an event. Our first such guest is Dr. Mukul Basu. Dr. Mukul Basu is Vice President to UNESCO Korea Chapter Gwangju and is the founder of Universal Culture Center, South Korea. He has been recipient of several awards for social services. He is a music lover himself, and his proud possessions include 300 Asian musical instruments. Can we please have you say a few words for us, sir? Thank you. Dr. Mukul Basu. Dr. Mukul Basu, are you here?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Okay. Yes, it's a great pleasure that we are trying to bring the activity in South Korea. And in fact, on behalf of the UNESCO Gwangju Cheonnam Association, as I am Vice President of this chapter, I welcome this initiative. And of course, Korea has been interacting in the field of culture in various ways. And fortunately, the spiritual cultures have interacted from the very beginning through the Buddhism from the 4th century when the Maranatha monk came here. And after that, as we all know, that one of our popular Ho Hwang Ok on 11th century got married to Kim Suro King. So we started actually having interactions in various ways. In last visit of the first visit of our Prime Minister Modi, he said, the Indian blood is already flowing in Korea. More than 6 million people are Kim Hae Kim, who are related to this, the queen that came and got married to the Korean king. So in that connection, I would like to say that our relation between Korea and South Korea has become a very, very prominent one. We can also see when Tagore visited Japan after his Nobel Prize, he predicted the lamp bearer of the Asian of the East. So this was one of the prediction that yes, Korea and Japan will be doing, Korea and India will be doing something very unique. And I think this is a time that has come that you people have decided to open your new chapter and we can proceed in various ways. So what I would like to say that culture is actually not something worth of comparing, and we become a cultural personality by appreciating and accepting the uniqueness of every culture that exists. So absolutely, as we know, the culture has never been actually judged by IQ. We have seen in the phase of EQ that culture is one of the most important things to develop the emotional quality. So finally, the cultural quality to improve absolutely requires a spiritual quality, which I call it SQ. And fortunately, the yoga and meditation and India happened to carry out all such spiritual, glorious culture from the past. So absolutely, it's the right time to introduce our great heritage to the Korean people in a right way. And now, these new generation students are the most important people to carry it out. When I came in this country to join Seoul National University, we did not have so many Indian students, but now I can see we have so many new students. I really welcome all of you, whatever we can help as a senior citizens in this country. And of course, I always represent India. I'm proud that our Indian community has come forward to explore the cultural exchanges. So in the field of yoga and meditation, I am there. And beside that, all my cultural instruments and my cultural center is always with you. All the best for the journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Basu. Thank you so much for talking to us. We really appreciate it.
You are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. We have now with us Director, Korean Cultural Center India, Mr. Hwang Il-yong. Sir, may I please request you to please say a few words to us.
Thank you, ma'am. 안녕하세요. 저는 주 인도 한국문화원장 황일용입니다. Namaskar. I'm Hwang Il-yong, the director of the Korea Culture Center in India. 먼저 오늘 뜻깊은 행사에 초대해 주신 인도 청소년 전통음악 문화 진흥회에 감사드리고 진흥회의 한국 지회 설립을 진심으로 축하드립니다. I'm very grateful to the society for the promotion of the Indian classic music and culture amongst the youth for inviting me to this meaningful event. I deeply congratulate SPIC MACAY on its inaugural event of opening a Korea chapter today. 아울러 이 자리에 계신 무쿨바시 유네스코 부회장님, 슈리프리아 랑가나탄 주한 인도 대사님, 키란세스 인도 전통음악 문화진흥회 회장님, 그리고 참석하신 다른 기빈 여러분들께도 이 자리를 빌어 인사드립니다. I present my sincere greetings to Dr. Mukulbash, Vice President of UNESCO, Excellency Sripriya Langanathan, Ambassador of India to the Republic of Korea, Dr. Kiranses, founder of SPIC MACAY, as well as to other dignitaries. 한국과 인도는 역사 문화적 교류를 공유해온 오랜 친구입니다. Korea and India have been friends for a long time. We have been connected through our long historical cultural ties. 또한 우리가 서로의 문화를 겸손히 배울 수 있다면 우리는 우리의 협력 관계를 보다 쉽게 강화할 수 있다고 믿으며 저는 앞으로 양국과 문화 교류의 중심에 SPIC MACAY 한국 지회가 있을 것이라고 확신합니다. A humble approach in learning each other's culture can easily lead to deepening our friendship further, and I'm certain that the Korean chapter of SPIC MACAY is at the center of such a bilateral culture exchange. 저는 앞으로 양국 간에 더 많은 한국 교류 행사와 프로그램들을 통해 한국의 정신을 가진 인도 친구들과 인도 정신을 가지고 있는 한국 친구들을 더 많이 볼 수 있게 되기를 기대합니다. Through these kinds of culture exchange events and programs between the two countries, I'm very much looking forward to witnessing more Korean friends with Indian mindsets and vice versa. 다시 한번 SPIC MACAY 한국지회 설립을 진심으로 축하드립니다. 감사합니다. Once again, my warm congratulations to SPIC MACAY. 슈크리야.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Il-yong, for the nice words. And it was amazing listening to some Korean. It's really going to be a treat to hear for our Korean listeners. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So now we have here our guest of honor, Her Excellency, Ms. Sripriya Ranganathan. Ms. Sripriya Ranganathan, Indian Ambassador to the Republic of Korea since August 2018, has many feathers on her cap to be proud of. She joined the Indian Foreign Services in 1994, and during her multiple years of experience, she has served in various capacities in the Ministry of External Affairs, as well as in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Her efforts in strengthening the ties between India and South Korea are commendable. Notably, in this pandemic situation, arranging access for South Korean medical kits in India, her support has been monumental. We really appreciate your efforts, ma'am. Ms. Ranganathan takes deep interest in reading, hiking, travel, and music, and we truly hope you will enjoy what SPIC MACAY Korea has to offer you, ma'am. Warm welcome to the launch, and may we please request you to grace the occasion with few words. Ms. Sripriya Ranganathan.
Your mic is mute, ma'am.
Ma'am, your mic is mute. We cannot hear you.
Manas, can you send her an unmute request so ma'am can then click on unmute? Can you mute everyone and then she send her a request to unmute herself?
Actually, she is unmute.
It's already unmute.
It's already unmute.
Do we have Ms. Sripriya Ranganathan with us already?
Yeah, ma'am is here.
Yes, she's here. But I think there's some audio problem there.
It's okay. We can wait for a few moments. I hope everybody is enjoying the event. We have so many people joined us from all over the world. And
Archana, do we have someone to help ma'am there? Someone can call her and help her with the technical settings maybe. Vibhu, Lalesh, can you please look into that? Thank you.
Yeah, actually, I already made the ma'am as a co-host, so ma'am can unmute by herself.
No, so Prashant, could you call ma'am and help her with the settings? Can I leave that with you? Thank you. And in the meanwhile, Archana, we'll wait for ma'am to come back and the settings to work. Let's invite Karthik Bharatramji to introduce himself and say a few words. Karthik ji, are you there? And we'll come back to
Hi, Tapasya. Let me introduce Mr. Karthik Bharatram to our beautiful viewers today. I'll take just half a minute. Mr. Karthik Bharatram is the Deputy Managing Director of SRF Limited. He comes from a very, very illustrious family of great music and culture lovers. Even his grandmother learned music from Pandit Ravi Shankar. His father is a sitar exponent. His own son and daughter are learning sarod and dance. And the entire family has contributed hugely to the education and culture of our country and our capital in particular. And for the longest time, actually since inception of SPIC MACAY, their family has been associated and helping SPIC MACAY move forward. So thank you so much, Karthik, for being there for SPIC MACAY. And we would like you to speak a little bit. They've also done a lot of work in the field of culture in schools and colleges. And I'm going to request Mr. Bharatram to speak about that. Thank you, Karthik.
Thank you so much, Rashmi, for having me here. I have on a kurta today to stand for heritage. I am going to talk about this a little bit, but thank you so much. I first want to ask you, does anybody know the meaning of heritage? It's sort of interesting, and I actually checked the dictionary to make sure I had the right meaning. But heritage is actually something that you inherit, but something that's been there for a long time. So it's not something that I would say I've inherited video cassettes or something from my father, but something that's been there for a long time. And I think that's where the importance of heritage comes in terms of when we look at ourselves, when we look at our country, when we look at our culture. What have we inherited that has been there for probably centuries, hundreds and hundreds of years? And what is it that we want to continue talking about or maintaining in our culture? We live in a world where each of our heritage is literally becoming a part of history, unfortunately. It will soon be read about only in books and through old documentaries. Unfortunately, there aren't enough of us who are still practicing our heritage. Pop culture is dominating what we hear and see right now, and that is the reality of life. But however, the thing that has to be remembered is pop culture is transient. It will come and go much like any sort of fad. But our culture and heritage is permanent, like our values. So they say each person is inculcated, is not born with a set, but raised with a set of values. And that in a way is a part of the heritage in terms of what they inherently believe in good times and bad times. And culture is much like that, something that's been there for years. If you take that away, then what defines us? What differentiates us from others? even doing namaste, for example, is a part of our culture and something that we've been doing for centuries. I still take pride in saying namaste to people. And maybe it's a little bit of a joke, but thanks to COVID, we've started saying namaste again to each other rather than shaking hands. So it's brought up a little bit of our culture back to us. I have to admit, I enjoy pop culture as well. I predominantly do listen to Western pop music. I do a lot of this. And so do my children. Whether it's the clothes I wear, whether it's the music I hear, I know a lot of it is related to pop culture. However, I have to give credit to my parents who have pushed me at least occasionally to reconnect with my culture. Okay. My father plays the sitar for 2 hours a day, even now. He's so passionate about it. And as a result, whether one just sits with him in the evening when he's doing his riyaz or practice, it's an opportunity to listen and connect with our culture once again. When talking about music, I have to say Indian music has got something which is very sort of interesting. When you look at classical music across the world, it is defined by sort of static or very defined pieces. So when you look at Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, it is a Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. You can't play around with it too much. Indian classical music has got this amazing thing where notes are defined for each type of rag, and then the artist has the flexibility and the creativity to mold those rags, use those notes to actually create something different in each time he plays the rag. There is no defined thing that it has to last for 2 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. There are people who've played rags for hours and hours. So there is something that's really amazing that way about our Indian music. I say the same with clothes. And while we're talking about music, the thing with clothes as well is, unfortunately, again, I'm as much to blame. I wear Western clothes the majority of the time, whether it's a pant and shirt to work or even otherwise, it's the same thing. But I have to give credit to my wife. She loves wearing sarees, has a large collection of sarees. The sad part on this is that when she does wear a sari and we go out in the evening to a party where most people would be in jeans or in a dress or something, people question her and say, "What's wrong with you? Why are you wearing a sari?" And she says it with pride that I enjoy wearing a sari. What's wrong in wearing these saris? And again, I think the great thing is what has happened is that a lot of, I would say, artists, handicraft artists, etc., have been able to create a nice fusion of our old culture and what is more prevalent in pop culture, so that even the new generation can connect with that old culture in a better manner. And even with my wife's saris, not that they're modern saris, she still likes wearing old saris, but it's something that people can connect to more easily. I wanted to say that it's interesting that, and I find it strange, that people who leave the country and go off to other places are the ones who connect and stick to their culture a lot more. So I've lived in the US for 6 years, and I've found that my friends over there, at least their parents, the first generation people who went away and lived there, have stuck to their culture stuck to our culture a lot more than people over here do. I don't know if it's a cool factor over here or not, but people don't do it as much. I've stayed at a friend's place over there. His parents, who had moved from India about 25 years ago or 30 years ago, they still listen to classical music or something in the evening, whether it's bhajans or something they listen to. They do puja first thing in the morning. I don't do that. And, there are various things. And I find it so strange that when sometimes things are taken away from you, where it doesn't become second nature, where it's all around you, then you stick to it a lot more. I hope that doesn't happen for a culture in India, that we lose it altogether and there are literally 5-7 people who are holding on to it. I hope that this still remains a part of our life. In India, we all enjoy Bollywood music and modern films. However, we have to be clear that that is not a part of our culture. This is not something that's come in from hundreds and hundreds of years. This is recent, and as I say, it is what would be called transient. There will be pop hits, there will be things people enjoy, they will enjoy listening to it at a party or something. But again, what we've created, what Pandit Ravi Shankars and the likes of that have been playing, are hundreds and hundreds of years old. And that's the beauty to it. That is really the cultural part of it. that these are ancient rags of ours, which continue to be played by amazing artists across India. I am happy to say we run schools in Delhi, and one of the values that we sort of try and inculcate in people is pride in our culture, pride in our heritage and culture. And we want kids to experience and realize how important it is to connect with the culture. And I thank SPIC MACAY over here that through SPIC MACAY, we've been able to actually have various artists play in schools, not only in our schools in Delhi, but across the country, to give the kids an opportunity to again experience it, because a lot of them at home would only be listening to Bollywood music or pop music. This is an opportunity for them to hear some amazing artists. I have to tell you, going back now, and this shows my age, but back in the 80s, I was fortunate enough that SPIC MACAY in Dehradun, I remember two concerts clearly. One was Pandit Ravi Shankar and the other was Pandit Hari Prasad Chaurasia. And we were kids who, I mean, I'm saying the typical kids, 500 kids in our school, weren't really exposed to this type of music. But everybody was spellbound. Nobody was getting antsy, I need to get up and leave. This is not my type of stuff. These artists were so amazing. And at the end of the day, when they heard this music, they were spellbound by the sort of work that by the sort of music that the artists were playing. And again, credit to SPIC MACAY for having done that.
Thank you, Karthik. Yes, we are, I think, would like to call the guest of honor now. It's so amazing listening to you.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. So we have here now our guest of honor, Her Excellency, Ms. Shripriya Ranganathan, Indian Ambassador to Republic of Korea. We are really sorry for the technical problems, ma'am. Yes. May we please request you to grace the occasion with few words?
Thank you so much. I hope I'm audible this time.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, great, great. Annyeonghaseyo, namaste to all of you. Professor Kiran Seth, founder of the SPIC MACAY, Mr. Hwang Leong, director of the Korea Cultural Center in New Delhi, are two very talented Indian dance artists from Korea, Ms. Bina Kom and Ms. Suki Oh. And all the friends and fans of Indian culture and SPIC MACAY over here who have joined us on this audience. I'm delighted to be with you here today. SPIC MACAY, as Mr. Bharatram was mentioning a few minutes ago, has been one of the very iconic elements of our growing up years. I have grown up in Delhi, so for me, many of the most unforgettable memories are those of the SPIC MACAY concerts in Nehru Park, in IIT Delhi, and in many other educational institutions, where really we were able to experience and savor the best of Indian classical music and dance in a very, very open and accessible platform. And I think that is really what SPIC MACAY has stood for so many years. The capacity to bring classical art and music, in a sense, make them available to anybody who is interested, may not be in classical music per se, but would be curious about what Indian culture is all about. And I think this is what SPIC MACAY has given to us in our growing up years in India. And I'm so very pleased to know that you are going to be bringing this this wealth of information and culture also to the people of Korea, and give them a glimpse of what our culture is all about. I think you would know that at the Indian Cultural Center here in the Embassy of India, Seoul, we have tried to give as much of an experience of Indian culture in its various facets. Not only the classical dance and music, which is of course the mainstay of our efforts, and for which we also have teachers at the cultural center, but also the more modern, more contemporary manifestations of that culture. I think what Bollywood stands for today may not be classical Indian dance and music, but it's certainly a variation which has a certain pulling power, a certain attraction all by itself, and anything that enables people to connect with India and the people of India is, I think, a strength. And I that's what we have tried to do, and I'm so happy that we will also have the very fine and very well established institution of SPIC MACAY partner with us in this endeavor. I must also extend a personal welcome to the director of the Korean Cultural Center in Delhi. I think he's newly come, and it is a pleasure to know that we will have the opportunity of working closely with you as well in all that we seek to do through the field, through the mechanism of culture, to bring the people of India and the people of Korea closer together. So I wish you all very well, and I hope that the SPIC MACAY chapter in the Republic of Korea will prove to be as much of an asset and a source of excitement and curiosity and inspiration to the young people of Korea as it has to the people of India. So thank you very much for inviting me, and look forward to working closely with you in the months and years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your precious time and for sharing the experience with SPIC MACAY, and also for your kind words. I would now like to introduce the founder of SPIC MACAY, Professor Kiran Seth. Professor Seth established SPIC MACAY in 1977. Today, the movement conducts concerts, lecture demonstrations, talks, yoga workshops, classical film shows, theater shows, and craft workshops all over the world, so that young people can be inspired in their cultural journey. With great pride, I share with you that in 2009, he was awarded the Padma Shri by Government of India for his contribution to arts. Could you please share a few words with us, sir? Dr. Kiran Seth?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello? You can hear me? Okay.
We can hear you.
First of all,
So please
I'd
go
like
ahead.
to thank, very good. I'd like to thank the Ambassador Sri Priya Ranganathanji for saying such lovely things about SPIC MACAY. We'd also like to thank the director of the Korean Cultural Center. And I'd very much like to thank Karthik Bharatram for coming on board, because his family has done great service to our heritage, great service for our culture, and also has been one of the original supporters of SPIC MACAY. I remember almost 42 years ago when we had no money, no support. It was his father, Arun Bharatram, who came forward and supported us. So I'd like to particularly thank Karthik, because he's carrying on the family tradition for giving such support, not only to SPIC MACAY, but to various aspects, to various people who are associated with our heritage. I'd also like to mention here that Tapasya to open up chapters all over Southeast Asia. She's doing a wonderful job, and it's wonderful to see that we are opening up the Korea chapter today. Now, I will just say one very, very briefly, that just like we are using the cell phone, we are using iPad, we are using so many wonderful things that have been developed in the West. You know, remarkable work has been done in the West. Similarly, in India, we have done remarkable work in the internal domain, which is represented by our culture, which is very, very abstract, very subtle, very inspiring, and most of all, very mystical. I would request all of you, just like we are using cell phones all over the world, that we can take this wonderful thing called Indian heritage all over the world with your help. And I wish you the very, very, very best. All the best to all of you. All the best to all the best to all the people chapter up. Bye-bye. All the best.
Thank you, Professor Said. I would now like to extend my gratitude once again to all the respected dignitaries for the kind words of encouragement and support. We sincerely hope you will enjoy the rest of the evening. Tapasya, do you want to invite someone for the talk now?
Apurva, let's go with our next, the remaining volunteers, please. So we'll just do that. Thank you. And after the volunteers are introduced, there might be few any members which which might want to speak, and then we'll start with our program as it is. Thank you, Apurva.
Manas, can we please have the slide back? We can move on until Naman, I think. Yeah. Yes, perfect. Yeah.
Okay, Pallavi is not here, and she can be skipped.
Okay, can we move on to the next volunteer, please?
Apurva, you can introduce Pallavi.
Okay, Pallavi is a PhD student from South Korea, and she helps us with She helped the SPIC MACAY Korea chapter launch with her planning and organizing the event, and also with her outreach activities. Thank you, Pallavi. Can we now move on to the next volunteer, please? Prashant.
Yeah, hello everyone. Namaste, annyeonghaseyo. I am Prashant Sharma. I am a research fellow doing PhD in Kangwon University, Seoul. My hobbies is traveling, social work, cooking, listening music, and helping to organize, managing an event as a coordinate with people and to connect the audience via social networking site. It's a great platform to introduce or promote our Indian culture in foreign land. So I wish with a great effort of our team, this program achieve a great success in future. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Prashant. Can we now move on to our next volunteer? Sharda.
Yes, thank you. Yes, so I'm Sharda. So I am basically I'm trained in Kathak dance. I'm a dance instructor and a performer and artist as well. So I love traveling and dancing, and I'm into yoga and fitness. So I love reading and reading books. So I don't have past experience with SPIC MACAY, but I have conducted a lot of workshops in national in my places, and also I have conducted a workshop in Korea as well. So Bollywood dance workshop. So I would like to help the SPIC MACAY and volunteer in organizing and collaborating the workshops and dance and yoga and fitness yoga, and spreading the awareness of Indian culture and all the dance forms. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharda. Manas, can we please move on to the next volunteer? Shikha, if you could please.
Namaskar. Annyeonghaseyo. I'm Shikha Dubey. I am PhD in Guangzhou Institute of Science and Technology, as well as representative of Indian student. And I like to travel, social work, and I like to play games, table tennis and badminton. And this is my first experience with the SPIC MACAY. I have been organizing several events with other organizations like UCC, Universal Culture Center, and UNESCO. But this is my first time with SPIC MACAY, and I'm really excited about it. and I can help the organization with managing the events and coordinating with people, with IT help and everything. And I hope you all will enjoy the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Shikha. Shikha is also helping us with the IT stuff. Can we now move on to our next volunteer, please? Shweta.
Namaste, everyone. Namaste. I am Shweta Chaudhary. I'm currently pursuing my global MBA from Yonsei University here in Seoul. I do not have any experience with SPIC MACAY so far, but living out of India for almost a decade now, I feel really, really glad that there is such a platform where I can connect back to my country, my culture, learn more things, and also share the skills that I have, which is Bharatnatyam. I do a lot of Indian cooking as well, and I'm really interested in Carnatic music. I would like to help, SPIC MACAY team with coordination and choreographing any events, if any, and also being the MC for the events. Really honored to be a part. Namaste again, and hope you all have a great evening ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Shweta. Can we now move on to our next volunteer?
Hello everyone, annyeonghaseyo, namaste. I am Sushrut Kelkar and I am currently working as a research engineer at Mando Corporation, South Korea since last 2 years. I don't have any prior experience as a volunteer with SPIC MACAY, but I have attended a couple of events as an audience and enjoyed SPIC MACAY events a lot. I am Sangeet Visharad in Tabla and been learning music since last 15 years. Apart from that, I like hearing Indian classical and fusion music, hiking and adventure. I'm excited to now join as a volunteer of SPIC MACAY Korea and would like to be mainly involved in coordinating with the artists for their performances and other technical support required for the events. Thank you.
Thank you, Sushrut, for all your help. Can we now move on to our last volunteer, Mr. Vibhu Jain?
Thanks, Apurva. My name is Vibhu. Around August last year, Tapasya contacted me that we want to start SPIC MACAY in Korea. And I started my SPIC MACAY journey way back in 2000 when I was an MSc student and then PhD, then during IIM days in Bangalore. So I spent almost like my first 9 years after I joined MSc with SPIC MACAY and then got into the normal routine. And it's so much exciting to join back again the moment. Someone mentioned it is 43-year-old. So I think we can carry it for next 43 years easily because I see so much enthusiasm from young students. And these are the people who we are going to connect. Today we are having more than 132 people join. Our present volunteer list might be 15-20 people. So I invite all of you to join this movement, not only in Korea, but in the entire Asia Pacific. When Tapasya shared this view that we need to make SPIC MACAY APAC chapters, I say, yes, let's do it. So again, Apurva, Archana, thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity to work with all of you. And over to you, Apurva.
Thank you, Vibhu. I must tell everybody present here that Vibhu has been monumental in this launch. Thank you once again, Vibhu. Tapasya, over to you for the next part of the session.
Yes, so we have few volunteers here from the ANY team that I would like to call back again before we go on to the next round of program. We have Sandeep Chandokji here. So are you here, please? Sandeep ji, are you here? Okay, next, I think we have Hemant. Hemant, are you here? Can you unmute yourself? Arun Sahai ji, are you here, sir? Arun sir?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay. Arun sir, can you please unmute yourself? Okay, Archana, I think we can just go on with the next round. Maybe towards the end of the performances, we can introduce the remaining executive members. Thank you.
Okay, Tapasya. So moving on to our next segment. There's a famous quote by Mark Twain. Great people are those who make others feel that they too can become great. With this quote, we will now be moving on to the very soul of SPIC MACAY Korea chapter launch, the artist interaction session. In this, we will be interacting with two famous Korean personalities who have embraced Indian dance form, talk about their journey. Can I please request Naman and Shweta to start this session?
Dance is a poem in which each movement is a word. A beautiful quote from Meta Harry. Namaste and Annyeonghaseyo to everyone. I, Naman, along with my co-host Shweta from SPIC MACAY Korean chapter, welcome you to today's event, which is the Artist Interaction segment. This segment is organized by SPIC MACAY in association with Swami Vivekanand Cultural Center, the Embassy of India in Seoul, and the Indian students and researchers in Korea. Our today's artist is well known for her mesmerizing Odissi dance skills, not just in Korea, but also in India and other parts of the world. Her dedication and hard work have led her to become a successful Odissi dancer. Someone could be called the Queen of Odissi in Korea. Her name is Miss Meena Kwem. During the modern era, where the young generation is following new trends, there are dancers such as Miss Meena who are spreading culture and tradition throughout the world through their dance and inspiring our upcoming generation to admire our culture. Her initiatives and hard work to achieve this goal is remarkable, and have no words to express my happiness for this. Thank you, ma'am. We are very glad that we have such talented artists as you around the world who are doing their selfless act of kindness through their art to make our society better and keep it culturally rich. Now, I hand over to Shweta.
Thank you, Naman. It is indeed a pleasure to introduce Madam Ms. Meena Kwem, majored in philosophy and comparative religious studies at Sogang University, South Korea. Madam Meena was always interested in Hindu philosophy and Buddhism. She pursued her master's degree in Buddhism in Colombo, and from there she moved to Bhubaneswar to pursue her desire and dream to learn Odissi dance. She started her Odissi learning journey at Konark Natya Mandap in April 2005. 5 years later, under the guidance of great Odissi master, late Padma Shri Guru Gangadhar Pradhan, Guru Bichitrandan Swayan, Guru Manoranjan Pradhan, Guru Lingraj Swayan, and Guru Yudhishthir Nayak, Ms. Meena had her Mancha Prabesha in February 2010. She joined an Odissi dance group in 2006 as a beginner trainee and joined the group stage in 2012. She has been practicing and performing the dance form since then. It is an absolute pleasure, ma'am, to have you with us today and the opportunity to know and interact with you and to learn about your art, your life, and your journey. You are a true inspiration, ma'am. Can I have you say hi to us on screen now, ma'am? Ms. Meena? Meena, ma'am, can you hear us?
On. Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Namaste.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, namaskar.
Namaste. It is such a pleasure, ma'am, to have you with us. And with all due respect, and can I please start the artist interaction with you, ma'am?
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you, ma'am. It is such an honor to be talking to you right now on screen. Ma'am, we all have so many questions to ask you, but just to start with a question, ma'am. So most of us have likings, dreams, desires, but not many, take that plunge and go on to pursue it. You were studying Buddhism in Colombo, and then you saw a movie, and then you were so inspired by this dance form Odissi, and you decided to pack your bags and go to Bhubaneswar to pursue this dance form. It is so exciting, the journey, the story of you. What inspired you, man? What was the motivation, and how did you take that plunge?
Yeah, it happened like 15, 16 years before. It was 2005. And I was really always with one question with me in my life. It was, who am I, or what am I? So to know myself, I really had no fear or no hesitation to start something new. So when I saw this event, it was a really heavenly movement. It was a heavenly thing, not for us like in this earth. Yeah, but it was a really heavenly thing, and I really fell in love immediately. And I knew even though I didn't have any information, I just immediately knew like this is mine, and I have to follow this path, this road, this way. So I just I had no fear at all.
That is so amazing, ma'am. I literally have goosebumps while you say that. It is just so beautiful. It is just so beautiful. Naman, can you please ask the next question to ma'am?
Ma'am, you learned and were guided by 5 gurus throughout your Odissi learning journey. Please share a few thoughts about your gurus, the journey of learning with them, and how was it being guided by these legendary artists?
Right, actually I'm really lucky to have these great five gurus, and I'm really they are really permanent 5 gurus in my life. But each of them is very different, one another, very different, like a very different background, of course, shape of body, or the very different character, and very different. And in watching that the tiny differences or big differences is very a kind of pleasure, like a very lucky to me, watching that differences, like for the diversity. For example, when I learn one item about Vinaya, I can enjoy like I can learn from this teacher, this guru, and that guru, like 5 gurus, and I can see how different, how it can be different, but still in Odissi form, like following Odissi grammar. Because and I really feel like the freedom, kind of a freedom with those differences, and also they are very different, but also I met them. I met 4 gurus through one group. Like his name is Guru Gangadhar Pradhan Guruji, my first Guruji. He passed away, but he's always with me. Yeah, he's always with me. But yeah, but through him, under the roof of him, I met all the rest of gurus, like 4 more gurus, and we are family. Yeah, we are really family, and so I can learn very different things, but in one family. And I really want to tell like about my gurus. One thing very special is all my gurus are, how to say, they don't order anything. Then they our relationship is not one way, 2 ways always. Like they listen to me so much, and they ask me my opinion always, and so that's a very good point. Always I don't obey, like always 2 ways, always with a very good conversation, very profound conversation. We always solve the problem, or we do some work together.
Sorry, ma'am. I'm afraid you're on mute, ma'am. Sorry. I'm afraid you're on mute, ma'am. Could you please unmute yourself? Yes, sorry about that.
Yeah, so I don't know. when it was cut.
Oh, I think it was just a technical glitch. Yes, ma'am, please go ahead. You was talking about your guru and how they all it was a two-way kind of relationship you had with them. Please tell us more.
Yeah, so, and also not only for the Odyssey skill, Odyssey techniques, but also from their life, I learned lots of things. I really learned lots of things from their life. Each of them is a very different, and they have a very different lives. So from each, I really learned lots of things, and so I have a more satisfaction with them. Yeah, always thankful and a respect and a love.
Thank you, ma'am. We Indians always grew up with this culture of learning from gurus and giving it back, and having due respect to the gurus the rest of the life. And you are a true inspiration. Seeing you doing that right now reminds me of my gurus. Moving to the next question, ma'am. Chasing dreams and achieving are two different things. And for you, especially, it must have been really challenging because you moved to a totally new country with a dream that probably you weren't sure, how that is going to turn out, because you just saw something and then you wanted to pursue it. And like you said in the beginning, it felt like that was the universe calling you. So what were the challenges, ma'am, when you moved to India? How was it like? And what was the journey like to be the great Odissi dancer you are today? Could you just share us some experiences that you had along the way?
Yeah. I sometimes I had some difficulties or challenges, but still, because I was doing which I love, so and also to be professional, we need to experience all the things, not only good things, but also very tough things too. So if we are doing something like for example, just Odyssey as a hobby, then we can choose only good things. But to be professional is a different. So so I just knew I need to have all the experience, and I just face on it, Yeah, it was a normal thing. I saw it. And also I was always with very good friends and with my gurus and with my family who really encouraged me. So even though I had big problems or small problems, I was okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
And also today I saw some few volunteers from Orissa. I was wow! I was so excited to see them.
Absolutely, absolutely, ma'am. It is actually one of our volunteers as well, and he was mentioning us how he knows you and he's actually seen you, and you are such a big name, not only in India but in Korea and worldwide. And it is such an honor, ma'am. It is such an honor to be interacting with you. Naman, would you like to ask the next question, please?
Yes, ma'am. Your determination and love for the art of Odissi was so great. You dedicated 5 years and then you break there arrived in Feb 2010. The Mancha Prabhasha happened. What was your feeling then? How would you describe that situation?
Yeah, I had my Mancha Professor in 2010, and yeah, it was 5 years after I since I started Odyssey, and but that time for Mancha Professor Day, I was so busy and I had to do many things, and I couldn't think of anything. I had nothing in my head. Actually, yeah, frankly, like that. Because I had to give I had Guru Puja, and then next speeches in 3 languages, and then next I sang songs, 2 songs, and next I played Mordola, and next 2 items, and then changed the dress and 2 more dances. So I really had no idea anything. But after the show, I was thinking like, oh my God, I wanted to be better. Like I could dance better. Like I cried a lot. Something like that. Yeah. But the most important thing is not just that stage itself. Like the very important thing is the process, the process to that Mantra Professor. Because for that Mantra Professor, I and my Guruji and other artists got prepared a lot. Like for 3, 4, 5 months and 1 year, we did many things. Like we uh, we we bring out the new Sanskrit lyrics and compose the new music and new dance choreography and all. We created many new things, and in inside that, in that process, I could watch how they work and how my Guruji work. Like I remember the one I really keep in my mind, one scene, one image, like that my Guruji, Ganga Guruji, was helping to compose some music with other music Gurujis, and he was doing like this and with closing his eyes, and he was melted in the music. Yeah, so like that, just watching what he was doing, you know, and just witnessing what they were doing was a very important for me. It was a very how do you say, priceless memory and experience, so not just only the stage mantra pravesa, but also the way up to that mantra pravesa. The process was very precious.
Wow. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this inspiring story of yours. And I'm sure not only us, but the younger generation who is probably listening on, and who will listen in future, they are going to be really inspired to follow their dreams. And your story itself is so magnificent and so larger than life, I would say. Would you like to share anything to SPIC MACAY? The whole team is extremely thankful to you for being with us today, ma'am. We as the team from SPIC MACAY would like to thank you for your work, the dedication that you have shown, and for bringing our culture alive in the form of Odissi dance. Would you want to share the last few words, ma'am? Anything that you want to share for the SPIC MACAY team?
Yeah, I really congratulate to have this Korea chapter of SPIC MACAY, and also to promote, truly promote Indian arts, especially classical art and other folk art or whatever. Yeah, I think we need to know first of all, the situation of Korea, like what's going on here. So I have actually I have lots of ideas and experience to talk about this. So I really want, as an Indian lover and as an Indian art lover and as an OTC professional dancer, I really have many things to share with you. So I really hope that uh, this kind of a chance, not only once, but serially, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, like a system by system, we can talk and we can change something, if we need. So I'm ready for that. So please invite me again, and please make some more chances to talk together. Yeah, I will be ready.
Thank you, ma'am. You actually said our words. We would definitely like to have you more and more. And it is absolutely something that we are looking forward to do and spreading the culture more and more. Thank you for being with us today, ma'am. Absolute pleasure to have you. And now I would like the next team to have interaction with our next host, our next guest, Ms. Sukhiji. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Beena, ma'am.
Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Annyeonghaseyo. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Sushrut Kerkar from SPIC MACAY Korea chapter. And now we present you with the second bouquet of flowers in form of interaction with another very talented artist organized by SPIC MACAY in association with Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, Embassy of India in Seoul, and Indian students and researchers in Korea. Gracing us with her presence in today's program is one of Kathak's most esteemed performers, not just in Korea, but also in India, someone whom we could probably call as the ambassador of Kathak in Korea, Miss Sukhi Oh. Indian traditional dance form Kathak managed to maintain its old glory in India as well as abroad, even in this era when Western dance forms are preferred most due to initiatives taken by some talented and selfless artists like Miss Sukhi. Accompanying me today in coordinating this interaction is Ms. Shikha, my fellow SPIC MACAY Korea volunteer. I would now request Shikha to introduce today's artist to our global viewers.
Thank you, Sushrit. Annyeonghaseyo. Hello, everyone. A very good afternoon to everyone. I am Shikha Dubey from SPIC MACAY, and I would like to welcome and introduce today's artist, Ms. Sukhi Oh. Ms. Sukhi Oh started learning Kathak in India in 2003. She completed diploma in Kathak, bachelor's and master's in music, and PhD in Kathak at Banaras Hindu University. She is a disciple of Guru Ranjana Srivastava and Guru Om Prakash Mishra. She has taught students in the Hindu University and has been performing on many occasions in various cities in India and Korea. She has been a regular performer at annual cultural event Sarang, the Festival of India in Korea. Her affection towards Kathak did not only limit her to performing the dance, but also pin her creativity on the paper for readers to enjoy. Ms. Ho has published a book on Kathak dance in Korean titled Dance of India Kathak, Tales of God, which is the first book on Kathak dance in Korean language, which only goes to show her commitment towards promoting the dance from breaking any apparent language barriers. I would now like to hand over the charge to Sushra to kick off the interaction questions.
Thank you, Shikha, for the artist introduction. And now, everyone, please help me in welcoming the artist herself, Miss Sukhi, for what seems to be an exciting and knowledgeable round of interaction. Welcome, Miss Sukhi. Miss Sukhi, can... Oh, namaste. Namaskar. Welcome. How are you today?
Good. Now I feel much more better. Till today, 12 o'clock, it had something mess.
Yeah, it keeps on happening, the technical glitches. Okay, now we are okay, I think. So let's start with your permission. Okay, so Miss Sukhi, to start with, would you like to tell more about yourself, your educational background, and about your family, where you are from in Korea, and when you became interested in Indian culture? We would love to hear about that.
Speak?
Oh, am I audible? Yes. Yeah, you can. No. Did you hear the question?
I can say?
Yes. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sometimes I'm amazing in technology today.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
I was born in normal Korean family. I spent normal Korean childhood. It's just nothing special. But my parents, they support me, and they always trust and believe me. I can choose what I want. And they never denied, don't do that, you should ask me. But in my parents never do that. So I'm very thankful to my parents till now. And when I went to India, 2002, I already planned to India for 6 months. I didn't ask them. I just told them I go. And they said, okay, what to do? I never listened to them. it's good for me, but sometimes ये तो ज़्यादा मुश्किल बात है क्योंकि सारे रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मेरी है, ये they don't mind, सब मेरे गलत बात है, हम करना होगा, ठीक करना है हम, so it's little bit hard, but somehow it's a good chance to me. I can develop everything. So I have been to India 2002. I traveled Thailand, Nepal, then Gorakhpur to Kolkata. I was very shocked, unbelievable. Many people, or Gutta, rickshaw, so much.
So
I go. ये बहुत मुश्किल बात था, लेकिन कोलकाता से बनारस पहुंचा। उसके बाद ये बनारस में कुछ खास नहीं है, सिर्फ गंगा जी है, लेकिन मेरे लिए बहुत शांति, was wonderful for me. I just took chai in front of Ganga ji. It was a nice experience. It's I think there is no place where nobody is there, but that moment it was really. So I visited Benares 3 times within 6 months. And once I saw, actually, के लिए ज्यादा मुश्किल है ऐसा। Hello? Hi. Yeah, but it was the period of festival. I saw the Kathak performance. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I saw beautiful performance. Even I didn't know the name of the dance, but it was really impressive, very beautiful. And one thing I misunderstood, it's easy to run. So just the 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I watched the beautiful performance. So after coming back to Korea, I decided, I went India again. I didn't think much. I just decided. I told to my parents, I will go. They said, okay, what to do? So when I read the book, I cannot imagine properly, but when I'm watching scenery of India and having experience, then I get some really something touched my heart. So I love studying. I fall in love with Indian dance.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, it's so nice to hear you, especially your Hindi is so good. We are so delighted. Everyone is so surprised to hear you in Hindi. I'm sure like everyone is so delighted. I think Shika can take over the next question, I guess.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, for your brief introduction. And it was really nice, as Sushit mentioned about your Hindi. Yeah, it was very lovely and your story. Now let's move on to our next question. India is known for different forms of dance like Odissi, Kuchipudi, Carnatic, Kathak, of course. What made you to choose Kathak as your first choice of dance? We are really curious to know about it.
If I had seen Odissi, I might have chosen Odissi. I didn't have information, no? Every Indian dancers are so attractive, so beautiful. But when I see first Indian classical dance was Kathak. And in my opinion, I think Kathak is good for Korean. Korean लोग हमारा attitude है जल्दी. We like speed. Finish fast. पली 2 बजे तक और उसके बाद 3 बजे तक ये करेंगे वो करना हम लोग बहुत जल्दी करना पसंद है कथक में ये होता है कथक चक्कर और फुटवर्क very fast no so I think Korean like Kathak Korean prefer Kathak dance than any other classical Indian dance I think and at this point I felt Kathak is the most attractive. Even no, this is best. I think. Yeah.
Thank you. That was a very interesting perspective, like Korean perspective to pursue Kathak. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing that. Now the next question, I'll move to next question. Now one thing which is very much an integral part of any form of Indian classical music or dance is riyaz or practice. And the most common question among new artist student is how much of a practice is really needed and in what manner? How did you go about doing your practice? What does your practice schedule look like? Could you share with us?
सबसे पहले गुरुजी के साथ रियाज किया था ना तो गुरुजी देखा ये गलत है ये ठीक करो वो ठीक करो ऐसे गुरुजी के साथ करना बहुत जरूरी है उसके बाद अकेले शीशा के आगे देखा मेरा मूवमेंट सही है नहीं है ये अपना आप से वो देखना बहुत जरूरी है और मैंने सोचा कि सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट की है regular practice. This is very important. Repeat every time, every day feeling different, no? आज ये है बात दूसरा दिन same movement है लेकिन वो feeling जो अलग है ना तो इसलिए रोज करना बहुत जरूरी है but in Korea frankly speaking it's really difficult to practice at home no नीचे कोई है मैं रियाज करना है नीचे से कंप्लेन करते हैं तो शायद पुलिस आ रहा है ना इसलिए बहुत मुश्किल तो I remind Korean Indian family they are really good I practice every day but they never complain and even I don't practice they come to me सुखी जी क्या हुआ तुम बीमारी है ऐसा कुछ इंडिया डांस रियाज के लिए इंडिया जाना बहुत जरूरी है लेकिन यहाँ I will try to practice regular. Thank you. आवाज नहीं आ रहा है.
Okay, Shikha.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your experience of Riyaz. It's really nice. Whenever you're talking in Hindi, it's really sounds so nice. Anyway, moving to our next question. Everyone has role model in their lives. Who do you consider as your role model in your life and why? We would love to hear about it.
I love the Guru Ranjana Srivastavaji and Om Prakash Mishra ji, also Roshan Datta ji, many gurus. So, but the main Guru ji है Ranjana Srivastava जी. एकदम शुरू से साथ में किया था. So, I should answer. My role model is Dr. Ranjana Srivastava ji. But I can't. I have another idea. My role model is Pandit Bij Maharaj. He's not only guru I admire, but a role model for every and dancers. मैंने देखा है his workshop or performance. बार देखा था. He's old but full of energy on the stage. वो stage के ऊपर चला वो तो एकदम young रहा और एकदम powerful, very some different kind of person. He transformed immediately, and also his stage manner, attitude to audience. He's very. I feel sorry. He's naughty boy, like naughty boy. He's very humorous and generous. I love. My Guruji is much more strict. She's very strict, and my Guruji is a woman, so more graceful than his Maharaj. But ये तो अलग चीज है. मेरा role model, humorous and generous one, full power here now. So his Maharaj, number one. I love it.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for the answer. Now the next question is something which I can, as an artist myself, can really relate to, because I have seen so many people talking about it. So now there is a popular narrative among people not involved in music, art, or dance about some of the greats in those fields. They are often discredited for their work when people say they just had an inborn talent, that's it. What do you think about this narrative? I mean, do you think talent really comes at birth, or is it something really developed over time and persistence and hard work? Can you please share your opinion about it?
Yeah, talented people have, but very few. We cannot account. I think few people. So I think the regular practice can be make a talent. Okay. Yeah. And talented people usually don't try much because they know जल्दी कैच कर सकते हैं तो इतना मैनेज नहीं करते हैं. But ये तो अलग अलग चीज है. If I have talent, I'm very thankful. But without talent, I think no problem. Riyaz is important. This is important. Also, most of people no talent, no. So I think, yeah, talent is not important. Takes time.
Oh yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your opinion about the talent and how people can work hard and still can be famous and all. And continue on to the previous question. What do you think about the idea of fusion music and dance, where we see collaborative work done among artists of varied backgrounds and cultures? Do you think this is the way forward for music dance in future? What is your take about it?
I think can be possible. Once I had a collaboration with flamenco dancer, because the moment Korea, very few people knows Kathak dance. So I want audience to introduce Kathak original style. I want to show, but if I advertisement of Kathak dance, they don't have information much, no? So I use flamenco dancer. So we present together, and there are between flamenco and Kathak, we have some similarity, no? Such a footwork. Only different things, shoes without shoes. So we did, and the people enjoyed much, and some of them asked Kathak dance. So it's a good experience, and if I have another chance, I will try to any other things. Also in Korea nowadays, Korean traditional percussion instrument. Do you know jangguk?
Yeah, I've heard about it. I've seen it.
It sounds थोड़ा अलग है. Tabla is best, but without tabla, jangguk can be possible to accompaniment. So also Kathak is not only Hindu tradition, no? It's already developed through the history Persian culture, no? So
Yeah.
I think already fusion, and it can be assumed more and more, I think. So anyway, it's not easy to collaborate, but we can try. Kathak is easier than any other Indian classical dance. Yeah,
Thank you,
that's it.
ma'am. Yeah, it was very nice to hear you say like, because I also believe like.
Sushrut, you are muted. Sushrut, unmute yourself.
Oh, sorry for the
Yeah,
glitch again. Yeah. Okay.
It's
Am I
okay.
audible, everyone?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So thank you, ma'am, for that answer. And I also agree with you when you say like because you are basically saying like music doesn't have any boundaries. I believe the same. A very nice answer, ma'am. So moving to the next question. And this is probably the last question of this session. Could you tell all our viewers in brief about your book, Dance of India Kathak, Tales of Gods? What prompted you to write it? Could you share us with, please?
John.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
No,
that's a
no.
surprise.
That's nice.
Okay, so maybe.
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah, ma'am, you can answer the first question and then you can go on with the slides.
Slides. Okay.
I mean, you can talk about your book first and then you can go with the slides, please.
First, my book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am?
Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can carry on with your explanation of your book, please.
About my book.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, page, catapults, and it, jacquard. Why should I write publish a book? Because I want to introduce Kathak dance in Korea. We can find some information about Kathak, any other dances on Google website. But Korean लोग के लिए ये लिखना तो जरूरी है, ये मेरा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, इसलिए मैंने लिखा है. वो सबसे पहले मैंने सोचा कि इतना मोटा किताब लिखना तो पता नहीं, ये तो अच्छा लगेगा नहीं. So finally, I wrote not much. It's not much pages, but important things. I wrote everything. I have to see. Before chapter, my motivation लिखा है. How I start ऐसा वाला बनारस का या उसके बाद देखा ये inspiration आई थी वो ऐसा वाला लिखा है. उसके बाद first chapter ये actually Indian classical dance, architecture or sculpture, painting, mythological stories are all based on Hinduism, no? So I have to write some Hindu bhagwans. So important goods, मतलब त्रिमूर्ति ये ज़्यादा नहीं लिखा. Important goods I wrote. And the second chapter, dancing Bhagwan. So first one, Krishna ji, our main actor, no? And the second one, Shiva ji, Ranatra ji. उसके बाद थोड़ा सा काली माँ का और अप्सरा dance. Why dancing in India? Dance in India, something about grief. It's not too much. And the first chapter, I should check in myself. If I checked many times, and after publishing, I very realistic and tired. I don't want to say anymore. So
yeah, you can just summarize like the basic idea of the book so that people will get to know, like they will be interested.
I will tell you. Third chapter is Natya Shastra, and the fourth is Kathak. Its background and hand movement, footwork, and costumes, musical instrument, नृत्य and abhinaya. ये सारे चीज सब लिखा है. So I want Korean to read this book, and they love Indian traditional dance. Not only Kathak dance, I mean, we are more familiar with the Indian culture. Yeah, मेरा आशा है.
Thank you, ma'am. I mean, I'm really very inspired myself as an artist, like looking at your dedication towards promoting the Indian art and music in your own country. It's really a big inspiration, not just for me, but I think everyone else here. So I think we can now move on to your presentation.
Haji.
Okay. Manas, can we have her presentation, please?
My research topic is Kathak dance and its reflections in Rajasthani paintings and Bari paintings. So I just choose small pages, which is most beautiful ones for me. So I make a small PPT. It's kind of my PhD work. Next. Next. No, people.
Jaipur.
Yeah, I think this is Jaipur wall paintings. I wrote the name of the Karana here for reference. Just I want to show a prominent Kathak movement, and there are many references to Kathak and Rajasthani and Bari paintings. So just I want to show, I don't want to make a lecture, just I want to show the movement instead of my performance. So this one also Hindi wall painting. Yeah, left one. This is also very very open. We can see the Kathak performance. And the next one. Yeah, Dice. No, people. Bella, wala. Nay, Bella.
No.
No, anyway, I wrote the name of Karana Hastas according to Natya Shastra. Some of them are from Abhinaya Darpana. So just people enjoy these paintings, and it's related to Kathak dance that I want to say. तो इतना ठीक है. और पेज है बस और है ये तो the story of Kathak, no? चक्कर करते हैं. एक बार चक्कर. This also wall painting. ये ending pose. 19th century of and the next we shared many stories और है ना इतना
It's over.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. It was very nice presentation, I must say. It just goes to show like the kind of research you have done on your art, and I really appreciate for you to show this PPT to everyone. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your lovely answers. This brings us to the end of this discourse. Thank you, Mr. Key, for your time today. It was our honor and privilege to have you here. And big thanks to our patient listeners for being part of this interaction. We will now move on to our next segment of SPIC MACAY's Korea chapter launch.
Beena ji and Kamsa Hamnida. Dhanyavad. Truly very inspirational. And thanks for sharing your journey and words of wisdom with us. We and the dancers have definitely learned so much from you today. Can I now invite Mr. Sanjeev K. Ahuja, who is the editor of Asian Community News Network, spanning India, Korea, Japan, China, to come and share a few words with us, sir?
Thank you. Annyeonghaseyo and namaskar. It's a matter of great joy as well as privilege that SPIC MACAY has set up Korea chapter. And I'm pretty sure that it would not only help the Indian nationals staying and working in Korea a great deal in unwinding themselves from the stressful professional lives, but also introduce and promote Indian culture amongst our Korean friends in Korea. I thank my friend Vibhu Jain for connecting me with this great organization called SPIC MACAY, which has global presence. And happy to know that it has set up its 4th chapter now in Asia. In the very first event, SPIC MACAY, Korea chapter has established a remarkable instance of cross-cultural connects between India and South Korea, with two Korean natives performing Indian classical dance forms. It's really amazing. We as Asian Community News Network, that is continuously been writing on and reporting the Indo-Korean affairs in the area of art, culture, language, diplomatic relations, commerce and trade, offer to become media partner with this great initiative. We also offer our full support in promoting all the SPIC MACAY events happening in Korea and spread the word about the good deeds and impact of this organization being present in Korea. I wish all the good luck to the organizers for all their future endeavors. Thank you. Annyeonghaseyo.
Thank you, Sanjeev, sir, for your kind words and support always. Now, when we always say count one's blessing, SPIC MACAY indeed is very blessed by wonderful people who have sent us their wishes, blessings through videos. Manas, can you please play the videos now? Manas?
Just a moment.
Okay.
Good day all. My name is Syed Sano. I am the one of co-founder of KTN Online Digital School. Today is a very happy day for us because SPIC MACAY, they gave an opportunity for us to join with that launching Korea chapter in Korea today. Yes, SPIC MACAY, they are doing very good as they have a volunteer based spreading all our Indian traditional folk dance as well as classical dance and all kind of Indian traditional dances to all over the world. So we are very happy that they are the SPIC MACAY. They have been launching their Korea chapter and they are starting that day from today. And we hope that they will get more success and they will spread more our Indian and Korean traditional dances to India as well as Korea as well as to the other world. So we are very happy to be part of these wonderful occasions. So now I will give some bit introduction about our school. Yes, we are KTN Online Digital School. We are the first school for launching that online based CBSE school for all our Indian kids. Provide a free and we are extracurricular activities like we have the drawing classes, we have the Kathak, our Indian traditional Kathak dance classes, and also we have that physical education classes for kids. All these classes are entirely free and also be them as an extra language until actions express once again, congratulate to SPIC MACAY to continue your journey in Korea with all success, and let's spread our cultural dances and also folk and whatever it may be. Also, let's be the person to save our heritage. Jai Hind.
Namaste. On behalf of Telugu Association of South Korea, I would like to express my heartfelt congratulations on the launch of SPIC MACAY Korea chapter. Telugu Association of South Korea, founded in 2003, was formed to preserve and propagate the Telugu cultural heritage, providing a forum for cultural, educational, social, and charitable interactions among its members. All these years, we provided a significant identity to India as a land of flavors and rich heritage. We also have encouraged Korea to adopt many aspects of our culture and heritage. While we have seamlessly integrated with Korean culture and traditions, we have also maintained a close association with our ethno-cultural roots of our mother country. SPIC MACAY seeks to conserve and promote Indian culture and introduce the rich and heterogeneous cultural tapestry to the youth of India and Indians residing globally. More than 300 chapters in India and abroad, I hope that the beauty, grace, and wisdom embodied in SPIC MACAY Korea chapter will become an integral part of Indian youth life in Korea and inspire them to become a better human being. I hope that SPIC MACAY Korea chapter will successfully lead in cultural promotion in Korea more effectively by organizing a plethora of events. We, Telugu Association of South Korea, assure that we will imbibe the goals of SPIC MACAY Korea chapter and be a part of this motivating experience. I would like to thank SPIC MACAY Korea team for giving me this opportunity to speak representing Telugu Association of South Korea. I convey my best wishes to the SPIC MACAY Korea chapter in spreading the beauty of Indian classical heritage in South Korea. Thank you.
SPIC MACAY Korea chapter aims to inspire youth with a different aspect of Indian music, culture and heritage. On behalf of Korea Kannada Kuta, we wish you all the very best. Keep rocking. Thank you.
Namaskar. Myself Dr. Supriya Patil. Currently I am working as an assistant professor in Sejong University, Seoul, South Korea. Here I am representing Marathi Mandal Korea, which is a non-profit community organization for working for Maharashtrian people residing in Seoul, South Korea. As of now, we have around 800 members, and every year we celebrate Maharashtrian cultural event such as Ganesh Chaturthi, Gudi Padwa, Sankrant, and many small gathering to nourish our culture. And we all know SPIC MACAY is a cultural voluntary movement for from last 4 decades to bring our cultural diversity to the young and sustain our rich heritage. As both of us have common agenda, it would be a good mission to work together and promote our culture to the young generation. We would be very happy to work together and help each other for this motive. On the behalf of MMK, I would like to congratulate SPIC MACAY for Korea chapter and wishing you a great success. All the very best.
On behalf of the Malayali community in South Korea, we wish the Society for the Promotion of Indian Classical Music and Culture amongst the youth, that is the SPIC MACAY, all the very best. Let this Korean chapter be able to inspire many young minds to promote the rich Indian culture and heritage. Thank you.
Namaste, Annyeonghaseyo. I'm Amit Kinchi, founder and director of Samantha Dance Company, Kathak dance teacher and performer. From last 15 years, I am teaching Kathak across the world to promote Indian classical dance. Recently, I came back from Korea and I have worked there for 3.5 years in Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, Embassy of India. I must say, Koreans really love to know about Indian dance, music, and culture. Some of my students are also teaching Kathak now in their own studios. And I'm very happy. Something is starting again in Korea after a tough patch of COVID restrictions. And I congratulate SPIC MACAY Korea team for taking this initiative. And I'm very happy, like Bina Kim and Sukhiyo, my two very good friends, they are performing and they are helping Korea SPIC MACAY team. And it's really good opportunity for all the kids and all the youth to know about Indian classical dance and music. And my best in the, and one of my dance in Kathak, Bulls we dance in Kathak. This is a gift from my side. Thank you so much. Kamsamnida.
Thank you, everyone. We feel so humbled and blessed with all the love and support we have received. May I now request Dr. Sonu Trivedi, Director, Indian Culture Center, Korea, to please come and share a few words with us.
Thank you. Thank you to all the organizers and all the team members of SPIC MACAY here at Korea. Let us first of all congratulate each one of us. In fact, each volunteer who are present here today, as well as the organizers, like a great round of applause to all of you for putting this great initiative together and organizing this very, very important launch, in spite of the fact that we have travel restrictions, we have restrictions on social gathering. But in spite of those limitations, we were able to have this launch on this digital platform. So let me once again congratulate the organizers, the team members, and each one of us. And let me also thank on behalf of Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center at Embassy of India in Seoul for asking us to be a partner in this initiative. In fact, as you all know, that SPIC MACAY is a voluntary organization. In fact, it is a movement. And we at Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, we are an institution. So I hope and I'm sure that in future, this SPIC MACAY, which is a movement, and we as an institution, we will be able to carry forward this chapter of SPIC MACAY in Korea further. And I invite all of you, all the volunteers and all the artists to the Cultural Center for a face-to-face interaction at any future period of time. Whenever you decide to have a meeting or a face-to-face interaction, most welcome. Do connect with us, do write to us. We are open to new kind of ideas. You can connect with us through email and through various social media platforms. As you know, that the objective of SPIC MACAY as well as the Cultural Center remains the same. Promotion of rich cultural heritage of India and promotion of India's soft power in different forms, which we have been doing here in Korea since last 10 years. And we will be happy to partner with the SPIC MACAY's Korea chapter, which has been just launched, and we will try our best to take this forward. And jointly, I'm sure that we will be able to make a great leap forward. And let me also, on behalf of the Cultural Center, also thank the two artists, Miss Bina Kim and Miss Sukhi Oh, to have joined us here in this launch event. They have been associated with the Cultural Center since last couple of years, and they have been performing at the Cultural Centers and Cultural Centers events, and also at our festivals at different venues in Korea. But today, in fact, at the launch ceremony, in fact, we requested them to participate and have an interaction. And we look forward for any collaborative event with the Korean and Indian artists together at any future period of time. And let me at the end, again, thank you to all for being associated with us. And we look forward for a very successful stint of this SPIC MACAY Korea chapter. And most welcome to the Cultural Center to all of you once again. Thank you. Kamsahamnida.
Thank you, Sonu ma'am. On behalf of SPIC MACAY, I would like to really extend my thank you for supporting this event. Can I now have Mr. Padmanabhan from Korea Tamil Sangam to come and share a few words, please? Mr. Padmanabhan? Okay, looks like we don't have him right now. So moving on. The end of the inaugural day is the beginning of a new era for Korean soil to nurture the seeds of SPIC MACAY sown today. May it take deep roots and spread far and wide. With this, I would now like to invite Mr. Vibhu Jain for a vote of thanks.
Thanks, Apurva. So me and Tapasya, we will be giving vote of thanks. I want to thank National Executive Team to believe in Korea that yes, SPIC MACAY need to start a chapter in Korea, and these two cultures are close. So my assurance from all the volunteers to the National Executive Team is we will try our best to justify SPIC MACAY name in Korea. I want to thank all the community leaders. All the community leaders, they came and they supported us. They sent the messages to us as well as they shared this with their community. And that's the reason we've seen today more than 120, 125 people join. Volunteers, this started less than 1 month ago when we all started working on this. Most of us never met each other, but still as a family, how we started working. And I sleep early, but I seen you guys working till 1 or 2 in the night. Want to thank all of you. My special thank to Sonu ma'am, Director Swami Vivekanand Culture Center. Ma'am, this would not have been possible without you. We went to you, Lalish, talked to you, and you say, this is the great moment you guys are planning. And you gave us all the support. You made it possible. So I really want to thank you. And Tapasya, the way you are doing this in all the countries, getting people excited about SPIC MACAY and then getting all the support to us. I want to thank you and all the audience. This was like long event for 2.5 hours. I can tell you on Sunday, I try to sleep and I know most of you in this nice weather must have had other plans, but you stick with the program, you stayed with us and encouraged us. So I want to thank all of you. With this, I would like to invite Tapasya for a vote of thanks. Tapasya.
Thank you, Vibhu. And so this is just the beginning, guys. I want to thank each and everyone for being a part of the Korea chapter launch and supporting the Korea chapter team. I once again extremely apologize that we had to stop Mr. Kartik Bharatramji in between and move on to the next dignitary due to paucity of time. Sorry, sir, once again. I would like to thank Ms. Ambassador Sai Priya Ranganathanji. Ms. Sonu Trivedi, ma'am, you have been there with us from the day one. Thank you for all your support. Dr. Mukul Basu, Vice President, UNESCO. Mr. Sachin Satpute, President, Indian Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Kartik Bharatram and the entire Bharatram family for supporting SPIC MACAY always. Sanjeev Ahuja ji, Editor, Asia Network. I would like to thank the artists, Beena ji and Suki ji, for a wonderful interactive session. I thank all the dignitaries and cultural community members who came today. And last but not the least, our wonderful team of volunteers for making this SPIC MACAY launch possible. Thank you all and see you all till the next time.
I think with that, we'll take your leave. And I hope you all had a great time And we wish you many more wonderful things in coming future. Thank you all for joining us today and have a great rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye. Have a
So,
good day.
Bye. Thank you.
Happy Sunday, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Tapasya and the whole Korea team. I am Mrs. Mahurkar. My video is not on.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you.
Thank you so much for this event, all seniors and everyone.
Extremely well done.
Thank you, everyone.